not turning Russia into an American ally or friend. I think that's a bridge too far right now. That would not fail. There's too much deep mistrust between the sides, and there are areas where our interests certainly are in tension with one another. But I think the Trump people believe that the relationship with Russia has become quite dangerous, and we need to have some rules of the game and understanding in place so that it does not spiral into a big confrontation. But also, I think their belief, and I again share this belief, is that the poor relationship we have with Russia has hurt America's broader geostrategic position. That from a geopolitical point of view, this makes no sense. We are, in fact, driving Russia toward deeper and deeper cooperation with China, with Iran, with North Korea, with countries that regard us as adversaries, and reinforcing the perceptions that we are in fact adversaries and incentivizing them to deepen their cooperation with one another, which makes our geopolitical challenges much greater than they would otherwise be. But we're going to be looking increasingly to Europe itself to provide the ground components of deterrence in the European theater, and to step up its military industry production and capacity so that it has the arsenal that can serve as a deterrent to further aggression on the continent, and be able to respond should that deterrence fail in the future. I think that's the vision that we have. And what's ironic about all this is I think the Russians are quite happy with that. In other words, U.S. interests and Russian interests when it comes to America's military presence in Europe are a lot closer to each other than our allies' views of what the U.S. military presence in Europe ought to be. And that's part of the reason why we're seeing, I think, the disagreement with Europe over how do you end this war in Ukraine. I think they look at this war and think, boy, we settled this war on a compromise basis. The United States is going to draw down in Europe. We can't outsource our security to Washington to the degree that we've grown accustomed to. We're going to have to step up, and they don't want to do that, I think, bluntly speaking.